Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the 2020 Appraisal Institute Awards ceremony. Tonight's ceremony might look a little different than it has in the past, but what hasn't changed is the hard work and dedication of each of tonight's winners. I hope that by holding this ceremony virtually, we're able to welcome new viewers who weren't able to attend in previous years. And I hope everyone watching will join me in celebrating each of the recipients tonight. Tonight we'll be honoring winners of 4 awards from the AI-RRS, the Appraisal Institute Education and Relief Foundation. We'll also recognize winners of the Appraisal Journal's 3 awards, which are sponsored by the AI-RRS. And then we'll close out by honoring winners of awards from the Appraisal Institute. So starting tonight's ceremony, you all are muted. That's a little bit of housekeeping here. If you have questions or concerns about your connection to the event, please post them in the comment or chat box, and our staff will do their best to help you resolve your problem. I'd also encourage each of you to follow along as the Appraisal Institute live tweets tonight's events. There you can congratulate tonight's winners for their extraordinary contributions to their field. Each of our winners who are in attendance tonight will have up to 2 minutes after I present their award to make some comments to our audience. So that being said, let's move to the AI-RRS awards. So the Appraisal Institute Education and Relief Foundation supports and funds really a vast range of initiatives, from resources such as the YT and Louise Lee Lum Library to grants and scholarships, including those we offer to minorities and women. We also provide financial assistance to AI professionals and others who contribute to the real estate profession, who are victims of catastrophic disasters and emergencies. And you can help. The AI-RRS welcomes contributions for scholarship funding and disaster relief assistance. You can visit the AI website if you're interested in making a donation, and please do donate. The AI-RRS is honored to bring you today's awards program, and we're thrilled to recognize such worthy practitioners of the valuation profession. So the George L. Schmutz Award recognizes outstanding technical manuscripts or publication, regardless of the author's occupation, affiliation, or publisher. This is recommended by AI's Publications Review Panel. And the winner of the George L. Schmutz Award is Maureen Sweeney, SRA, AI-RRS. Congratulations, Maureen. Maureen is being honored for her book, The Valuation of Condominiums, Cooperatives, and PUDs, published last year by the Appraisal Institute. This book examines the ownership characteristics of condominiums, cooperatives, and planned unit developments, and demonstrates how to define the local market, identify appropriate elements of comparison, and apply relevant valuation techniques. Maureen has been a residential real estate appraiser since 1989. From 2005 through 2017, she served as a member of the Illinois Real Estate Appraisal Administration and Disciplinary Board. Listen to those years again, from 2005 to 2017. Quick math, that's 12 or 13 years. Wow. She's a national instructor with the Appraisal Institute and is the developer of our 7-hour companion seminar, Appraising Condos, Co-ops, and PUDs. Congratulations to this year's winner of the George L. Schmutz Award, Maureen Sweeney, SRA, AI-RRS. Maureen, please feel free to say a few words.
Thanks, Jeff. Do you want me to go on to webcam or not?
I don't know if the other guys will let. It's certainly fine with me. Give it a shot. We'll see if they let you.
Well, I'll just come right out and say, one, thank you to the Appraisal Institute for allowing me the opportunity to share my knowledge with everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure and joy to write this book and to be a part of the publication world. I couldn't do it without Tep. Oh my God, Tep Shea is a goddess amongst goddesses. If anyone comes up with an idea to write a book, you have to work with Tep because she's amazing. And she also will help guide you. Her and Emily, if it wasn't for them, the book would never have been made. I am honored to be a residential appraiser, to be an SRA, and to be able to have written this book. And I also have to do a shout out to my family, to my mom, to my friends, and who were supportive during the 3-year process that it took to write the book and the online and in classroom class. P.S. Both of the classes are going to be premiering in between October to December. So I'm very excited about that. So thank you, everybody. And also I have to do a shout out to Steve Roach, who really helped guide me to get to this point from when I got to my SRA till now. So thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Maureen. That's really awesome. We are really excited that you won this award tonight. Thank you so much for your work. The next award is the Dr. William N. Kennard Jr. Award. Originally established by the Society of Real Estate Appraisers, this award acknowledges professionalism in education. The criteria for this award require the recipient to be an academic instructor or administrator or an individual or a program that contributed to the education, knowledge, professionalism, or development of the real estate appraisal field. Honorees are selected by the Board of Directors of the Appraisal Institute, Education and Relief Foundation, based on recommendation from AI's Education Committee and the education staff. And this year's award winner is Sue Siradas. Wow. Sue Siradas has made varied and significant contributions to the appraisal profession's body of knowledge. Sue has been with the Appraisal Institute for 29 years and oversees the development and delivery of all Appraisal Institute education for all platforms and delivery channels. She works closely with the AI faculty and has several years of experience in the development and implementation of the AI instructor training program. She also serves as the liaison to the Education Committee and is heavily involved in supporting the Appraisal Institute's Leadership Development and Advisory Council Conference. Congratulations to this year's winner of the Dr. William N. Kennard Jr. Award, Suzanne Siradas. Sue, please say a few words.
Sorry, it's hard to talk when you're on mute. I find that out a lot. Thank you so much. I'm floored and very appreciative and humbled. Everybody knows that education, and especially Appraisal Institute education, is my passion, and it's been the one place I've been ever since I started as a temp, way back when we were in the Realtor building. But I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm only as good as the team that I work with, and I can't thank the folks enough that have been working with me for 10 years or more. It's Ann Kalick, Jimmy Driscoll, and Ray Martinez, and everybody else in the education department, Beata, Evan, Yasmina, all senior staff, Jim, Steve Roach and Ben Sellers, the education committee, Jeff, you and the officers have been so kind to me and so great to work with, and thank you. That's basically all I can say is thank you very much. It means so much to me.
Well, congratulations again, Sue, and thank you for so much dedication. I think we all recognize what an exceptional staff we have, and you certainly are a huge part of that. So we're very happy that you received this award this evening.
Thank you.
And now we come to the James H. Pritchett Award, established in 2002 This award recognizes a designated member of the Appraisal Institute for outstanding contributions to appraisal education or mentoring in a manner that reflects the character and lifelong commitment of the late James H. Pritchett, MAI, SRA, whose greatest attributes included his leadership and integrity, often demonstrated by his exceptional work in teaching, writing, mentoring, and professional practice in litigation support and eminent domain. Recommendations for this award are made by Pritchett, Ball, and Wise, the firm that Mr. Pritchett founded in 1954, and are affirmed by the Appraisal Institute Education and Relief Foundation. And this year's award winner is Michael C. McCall, MAI. Mike was named the winner of this year's award for his leadership, integrity, and outstanding contributions to appraisal education, writing, mentoring, and professional practice in litigation support. He has dedicated countless hours mentoring his students and guiding them along their career paths. He also has helped appraisers gain valuable experience and expertise to advance their standing in the valuation profession. Michael is part of a new statewide government relations committee with the Virginia Commonwealth chapter and is lauded as one of the chapter's most committed members, always quick to step up and offer his help. And from a personal standpoint, I've known Mike and worked with him for over 20 years in Region 5, and I can tell you, he's the former chief appraiser for the Virginia DOT and is just one heck of a great guy. So I'm tickled to death to congratulate this year's winner of the James H. Pritchett Award, Michael C. McCall, MAI. Mike, do you have a few words you'd like to share with us?
Thanks, Jeff. My wife is clapping over here. We had no idea that we were going to have access. We are eating ceviche and having a very nice red wine. And I've got to say, I thought that probably you guys made a mistake when I first heard about this, but I am very, very honored. There's nothing that pleases me more than seeing lights come on, and people have to learn, and if you don't work at bringing them along and teaching, then nobody will. And there's so many times I've seen bright people in the class and kind of called them to the side and encouraged them to try to do something, because I could see that they were going to be people that we could rely on in the future and be good people with good integrity and good knowledge. And I'm just tickled to death. Thank you. I am very honored, and thank you for the very kind words. And thank you to anybody that had contributions to this. And that's about all I can say, Jeff. Thanks.
Well, Mike, I know you referenced some bright lights in your classroom, but I think there was probably one other very bright light at the front of the room. So again, we're tickled to have you, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So that brings us to the next award. This is the YT and Louise Lee Lum Award. This is our fourth and final AI-RRS award. The award was established in 1963 and honors YT Lum, a prominent member of the American Institute of Real Estate Appraisers, an internationally known speaker and authority on real estate, and his wife, Louise Lee. The purpose of the YT and Louise Lee Lum Award is to recognize one or more worthy individuals who have made a distinguished contribution to the appraisal profession during the preceding year. The YT and Louise Lee Lum Award is open to AI professionals as well as those who do not belong to the Appraisal Institute. The YT and Louise Lee Lum Award is given in recognition of and great appreciation for the distinguished contribution to the furtherance of the high ideals of the profession of real estate appraising and practices, mindful of the fact that this contribution was possible only through the zeal, uprightness, sacrifice, devotion, acumen, and ability of the contributor. The winner is selected by the Board of Directors of the AI-RRS, and this year's winner is Stephen D. Roach, MAI-SRA-AI-GRS. Steve is being honored for his dedication to the appraisal profession and to his fellow AI professionals. He is described by colleagues as a tireless worker for the Appraisal Institute, whose sacrifices and contributions make him the ideal candidate for this award. Steve has been an appraiser for over 40 years and has been a co-owner of Jones, Roach, and Carangella since 1986. He co-wrote the Appraisal Institute's course, Condemnation Appraising, and has done extensive curriculum development and oversight for the Appraisal Institute. He serves the AI as a member of the Education Committee. Actually, I believe he's vice chair, where he is a past chair, a member of the General Comp Examination Panel, a member of the editorial board of the Appraisal Journal, a member of the Body of Knowledge Committee, and as a trustee of the Appraisal Institute Education and Relief Foundation. Congratulations to this year's award winner of the YT and Louise Lee Lum Award, Stephen D. Roach, MAI-SRA-AI-GRS. Steve, please feel free to say a few words.
Thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate it. And thanks to everybody who's hanging out in these unusual times and kind of enjoying this moment with us. You know, I've said this a few times. I've said it publicly, and I'll say it again. I have gotten so much more out of this organization in the 35 or 40 years I've been involved with it than I feel like I've given back. But every day I wake up and it just amazes me that y'all even let me in the room to chat. So I assure you, it's just been an honor and a pleasure. There's no way that I and my family would have had the life that we've had over the last 40 years without this organization. So I thank everyone who's been involved. I thank Maureen Sweeney for the opportunity to be involved with people like her. And I just want to tell you one quick story about Sue Siradas, who, like the rest of our staff, is amazing. When the Education Committee this year nominated Sue for the Kennard Award, we couldn't find a second for the motion, and the reason was that her nomination was unanimous. There was nobody left to second, so we all nominated her, and then we all had to go ahead and second the nomination. So I'm not sure if that's a violation of Robert's rules, but we did it anyway. So, but thank you, Jeff. Thank you, everybody. Deeply honored and appreciate it very much.
Thanks so much, Steve. We appreciate all your efforts. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the Appraisal Journal Awards. And these are sponsored, of course, by the AI-RRS. The first award is the Armstrong Kahn Award, which is presented by the Appraisal Journal's editorial board for the most outstanding original article published in the Appraisal Journal during the previous year. And this year's award winner is David W. Koepke. Dave is being honored for his article, Improving Market Analysis in Commercial Real Estate Appraisal Assignments, which was published in the journal's winter 2019 issue. This article presents techniques to increase the reliability of commercial real estate appraisals. The article discusses methods to improve employment analysis and analysis of market supply and demand. The simple methods used result in a better understanding of the market of the subject property. The more detailed analysis of population and employment, along with use of fair share tables, provides a much clearer picture of the actual competitiveness of the subject and its market. The additional dissection of information in the market analysis section of an appraisal report can help identify and focus areas requiring additional discussion. It also increases the accuracy of many assumptions required in the appraisal assignment. So congratulations to this year's award winner of the Armstrong Kahn Award, David W. Koepke. Dave, please feel free to say a few words.
Yeah, there you go. Helps to unmute. Like so many of the others, I was actually quite stunned to receive this award and very, very grateful. Like Mr. McCall, I think that the Appraisal Institute does an excellent job of providing education for appraisers. But some of the areas that kind of have a little bit of a problem are in the more detailed analyses of various aspects of the appraisal report. And so being questioned repeatedly by asset managers as to why there were certain issues with market analysis, that I struggled to try to find. There's got to be something. You know, I know as appraisers we're not a bunch of dummies. So there has to be something that we're already doing that can help give us a little bit better an understanding of what's going on in the market. And that's what drove me to write this particular article. I hope people are actually using it, the methodologies. But anyway, I'm very, very grateful, and I hope that this article does help people get a better understanding of how a particular property competes and how it sits and compares to its submarket and the market as a whole.
Great. Well, thank you so much for those comments, Dave, and for the time it took. I know the process of publishing an article in the journal, it's not a 1, 2, 3 deal. There's constant critiques and revisions, and we appreciate your efforts on behalf of the appraisal profession. Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome. I appreciate the award. Thank you.
You bet. So the second Appraisal Journal Award is the Swango Award. This award, also presented by the Appraisal Journal Editorial Board, is presented for the best article published during the previous year on residential, general, or technology-related topics, or for original research of benefit to real estate analysts and valuers. The article must be written by an appraisal practitioner. And this year's award goes to Sandra K. Adomatis, SRA. Sandy is being honored for her article, Residential Government Agency Requirements and Case Studies on Measuring Marketing Reaction to Energy Efficient Features. This was published in the winter 2019 issue of the Appraisal Journal. So how to measure market reaction has been the subject of debate and confusion among users of residential lending appraisals and appraisers. The article offers methods and examples of how to measure market reaction to energy efficient features, especially as market reaction pertains to government agency requirements of Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and FHA. Congratulations to this year's winner of the Swango Award, Sandra K. Adomatis, SRA. Sandy, please feel free to say a few words.
Hello, Jeff, and hello, everyone that's hanging out here this evening. Thank you very much for this award, and I want to especially thank Nancy Banyan and the reviewers that did a great job in sending me a lot of great criticism. That helped make the paper a much better paper. I know there were some days I wanted to be peeled off the ceiling, but it was really worth the effort. And I know we're not supposed to know the reviewers by the way one of them was written. I would say that Steve Roach had a lot of great contributions to that paper that made it a much better paper. So thank you, Steve Roach, also. So thank you very much. It's an honor just to be published and much less receive this honor. Thank you very much.
Thanks for those comments, Sandy, and again, congratulations. So this brings us to the third and final Appraisal Journal Award, and this is the Richard U. Ratcliffe Award. It is presented annually for the best original article published in the Appraisal Journal, written by an academic author. To be eligible for this award, an article must have been peer-reviewed by members of the Appraisal Journal Academic Review Panel, and the principal author must be primarily engaged in teaching at a college or university. And this year's award goes to Adebayo A. Adanri, Ph.D., SRA, and Han B. Kang, Ph.D. They're being honored for their article, The Trade-Off Between Selling Single-Family Houses as Vacant or Live-In, Evidence from the Bloomington Normal Housing Market. This was published in the fall 2019 issue of the Appraisal Journal. In the article, Adanri and Kang present a case study to explore whether the widely held view that vacant houses have longer marketing times and sell at a discount is true for the Bloomington Normal Market area. The study uses data from the local MLS, and the analytics employ a hedonic regression model. Findings from the study show that vacant houses had longer marketing times than non-vacant homes, but occupancy status had no significant effects on home sale prices. So congratulations to this year's winner of the Richard U. Ratcliffe Award, Adebayo A. Adanri, Ph.D., SRA, and Han B. Kang, Ph.D. Adebayo, please feel free to say a few words, and then Han, please come right in after him. Adebayo.
Thank you very much, Jeff. I'm here with my wife and daughter to receive the award. And on behalf of myself and Dr. Kang, I want to say thank you for the recognition, and to especially say a big thank you to Nancy Bannon for all the efforts she puts in getting the paper through. We are really honored and humbled. There are some of the recipients of these today's awards that have taught me that have taken some of their classes. Steve Rauch, Ken Foltz, and many others. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to contribute to knowledge and to continue to work in promoting excellence in research that the Appraisal Institute is known for. So thank you very much. We are humbled.
Well, thank you, Dr. Adanri. We appreciate your help and work. And Dr. Kang, are you on the line tonight?
I'm not sure he's here tonight.
Okay, I'll give him another minute just in case. He might be. Sometimes you have to unmute. All right, it looks like Dr. Kang is not with us. So with that being said, we will now move into the Appraisal Institute Awards. And the President's Award, and we'll start here. So this award is given at the President's discretion to a person or persons who are committed to the organization, currently engaged in its activities, an effective spokesperson, representative at all times, and in touch with both the needs of other AI professionals and the changes that the organization must help its AI professionals to meet. This year, I'll be recognizing 5 designated members whose special work, which I will describe, has truly enhanced the value of being an Appraisal Institute professional. However, this year I will also be recognizing 2 non-members, and I would like to start with them. The first award goes to Jeff Liskar, Esquire. Jeff Liskar, or Mr. Liskar, as he is affectionately known, has served the Appraisal Institute as General Counsel for 35 years with a steady hand. His stewardship is exemplified by his solid advice and counsel, steady disposition, and tireless professionalism. I have personally known Jeff since 2000. He has the proven ability to recall small details at the moment of need, which proves to be invaluable. He also has a real world perspective with regard to protecting the Appraisal Institute from harm, which he has done for us all of those 20 or 35 years. Jeff lives in Chicago with his wife, and they have 2 children. He's a graduate of the University of Michigan, and possibly his only fault is his unwavering support of the Chicago Cubs. And I can say that because he knows I'm a Cleveland fan. So Jeffrey, thank you for your tremendous life's work and service to the Appraisal Institute. Although most of your work is behind the scenes, the benefit you bring to AI, us, is very, very tangible. We look forward to many more years of your wise and steady counsel. Jeff, I'd welcome you to say a few words.
I don't believe Jeff could join us.
Okay, so Jeff was not able to be with us this evening. So very well, we'll make sure he knows what happened and why. So great. So the second of my 2 non-member awards goes to Bill Garber. Now, if you were to ask me to describe the Appraisal Institute's Director of Governmental and External Relations, Bill Garber, in one word, that word would be prescient. Bill, you have put the Appraisal Institute out in front of so many issues. We don't have time to review them all. Many things about politics are highly nuanced, and this is where Bill has a special talent to interpret these things and to keep us ahead of the curve. Let me give you just a couple examples of how his work provides extraordinary benefit to all Appraisal Institute professionals. First, Bill was instrumental in placing AI as a partner into the Appraiser Diversity Pipeline Initiative, and his stewardship of this program is ongoing. Next, he has reached across many divides to find common ground. The most obvious examples are his heavy internal dealings with the Appraisal Foundation and with his workings on the Brookings Institution report. But to me personally, the most unexpected value he's brought to us has been in keeping our professionals updated. He single-handedly took the bull by the horns and devised our weekly AI Answers series on various timely topics. Early into the COVID-19 pandemic, Bill put together the commercial real estate update and followed it up with a residential update. It should not go unknown, let me start again. It should not go without notice that the commercial update online webinar was the largest ever one-time gathering of Appraisal Institute professionals in history, with 2,592 attendees. Absolutely amazing. Bill lives in Virginia with his wife and 4 children. He graduated from Oregon State University and is a huge Beavers fan. Thank you, Bill, for your 20 years of service to the Appraisal Institute, and we definitely look forward to many more years of you keeping us ahead of the curve. Bill, I'd welcome any comments you'd care to make.
Wow, President Sherman, those are really kind words, and I appreciate all the work that you and the officer team have done this year and beyond. It is a privilege and honor to work for the Appraisal Institute every day, and I do appreciate all of the support that's given to our government relations program. You can't have any kind of an effect on public policy without a team approach, and that's certainly true, starting from the top with our officers, our CEO, Jim Amarin, our senior staff, our staff in Washington, Brian Rogers and Scott DiBiasio, who are working diligently behind the scenes to advance our cause. Our government relations committee, who is filled with volunteers who spend countless time and hours devoted to the appraisal profession, and particularly the chairs. Through the years, I've had the privilege of working with some just outstanding individuals: John Bredemeyer, Richard Malloy, Justin Slack, Doug Potts. Thank you for all of the time that you've spent really mentoring me on the appraisal process and appraisal as a whole, and helping guide us through some tricky waters. It's such a great profession and such a great organization, and I think the good thing is it has so much more to offer in the future. So I would just like to say thank you to everyone for all of your work and time and energy that you spend on it and helping it succeed. And lastly, I couldn't do any of this without my wife, Carrie, and my kids. They've seen a lot of this here over the last year at home, but through the years, and they too have a great appreciation for the work of appraisers. Jeff, thank you for the high honor and for the opportunity. Thank you.
Bill, thank you again for your dedication and amazing work for us this year. Absolutely amazing. So before we move on to designated members, I'd like to thank all of the Appraisal Institute's terrific staff members who played a significant role in keeping our organization moving forward. And congratulations again to Jeff and Bill for their decades of just absolutely incredible work. So now I'd like to move on to the next award winner, who is Gary T. Crabtree, SRA. So Gary and I served on the AI Board of Directors together early in the early 2000s, and it was clear to me then that Gary had a passion for our profession and the Appraisal Institute. He's used this for his passion more specifically to the great benefit of residential appraisers through his continuing monthly publishing of the Crabtree Report of Bakersfield Market Conditions. He's also contributed countless hours in various volunteer leadership capacities and activities. One in particular is worthy of note. Back in the formative days before the merger of AI-RRS and the Society, Gary single-handedly ensured the survival of the Bakersfield chapter. When he was elected president of the chapter, it was facing a merger as they only had 25 members. He downloaded the names of every appraiser in Bakersfield and recruited a record 28 new members. This effort heightened Gary's leadership interest and spurred him on in the region and on the National Board of Directors. Gary has served 3 stints on the National Nominating Committee, 2 terms on the Appraisal Standards Committee, as well as service on the Government Relations Committee. I know that one of his proudest achievements was to move the FHA to require certified residential appraiser status for all of their appraisers. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking Gary for his wide and varied contributions to the valuation profession and to the Appraisal Institute, and especially for being a leader in the single-family side of our profession. Gary, I'd welcome you to say a few words.
Gary was not able to join us tonight.
Oh, what a shame. Okay. Well, thank you. So the next President's Award is Gary S. Wright, MAI SRA. Gary's 36-year history of service to the Appraisal Institute began in 1985 when he was a member of the Young Advisory Council of the AI-RRS. It continues to this day, where he is a Region 5 representative from the Ohio chapter and is also chair of the AI Insurance Trust. Gary has served on the National Board of Directors as Region 5 chair, vice chair, director, and third director. He's also served on various positions, including the National Nominating Committee, Chapter Admissions Appeals Board, General Appraiser Board, and several other stints as a regional representative. It's really notable that Gary has helped lead the AI Insurance Trust to a new level of awareness and enhanced benefits to Appraisal Institute professionals. Under his guidance as chair since 2016, the name was changed from the Real Estate Appraisers Group Insurance Trust to the Appraisal Institute Insurance Trust. As a member-only benefit, the name change helped to clarify the mission. In addition, a program of individual member premium credits was instituted. premium reductions from 15 to 20% have occurred for existing policyholders. Members have benefited directly by Gary's leadership in this area. Dedicated, engaged, level-headed, and collaborative with other trustees is how he was described to me by one staff member. Gary has also served his community as chair of his church's Development Commission for 10 years and in numerous fundraisers for Christ Hospital and for the benefit of the performing arts in schools of Northern Kentucky through the Suits That Rock concert series. Please join me in congratulating Gary for his dedication to the Appraisal Institute. Congratulations, Gary, and would you care to say a few words?
Thanks, Jeff. I really appreciate the honor. I can't tell you how much I enjoy working with the Appraisal Institute and giving back for everything the Institute's given to me. It's a tremendous organization, and I'm just happy to give back my time and support the organization. And I want to say that you are doing a terrific job this year as president and in some really tough times. So thanks again for your leadership. Thank you for the award.
Well, Gary, thank you for those kind comments, but you definitely have gone out of your way to help the Appraisal Institute, and we're very grateful for your service. Thank you so much. So this brings me to the final President's Award for the evening. Ordinarily, the President's Award is a recognition of an individual accomplishment. However, these three AI professionals work tirelessly, both individually on some parts and together on some parts, really to expand our knowledge base on one extremely important issue, and that is property rights. Although you will each receive individual awards, in this instance, they will contain all three of your names. From articles written in Valuation magazine to work on the Adebayo white paper response to significant additions and upgrades to the 15th edition of the Appraisal of Real Estate, they have improved and advanced the Appraisal Institute's reputation as the caretaker of the valuation body of knowledge. And I would definitely be remiss if I did not point out to everyone listening tonight that from the president's perspective, because we're the caretaker of the body of knowledge, it opens many doors to us to be able to lead the profession. What I'd like to especially note about these three individuals is their sacrifice for the expansion of the valuation body of knowledge. All three have extensive litigation-based appraisal practices, and they're recognized as true appraisal experts across the United States. They've devoted countless hours to these efforts, and for that, we are all extremely grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking Paula K. Konikoff, JD, MAI, AI-GRS, Stephen D. Roach, MAI, SRA, AI-GRS, and Leslie P. Sellers, MAI, AI-GRS. And I'd welcome each of you to say a few words. And if I could, let me start with Paula, please.
I'm sorry you started with me because you really got me, Jeff. I'm like crying. That's a breath taker, and thank you for the humbling honor. It's a tripartite thing, and if I were going to win an award or be granted an award or an honor with any two other people, I think Steve and Leslie would be the guys. It's awesome to see how they work and how they think, and how they calm my New York impatience and keep us on track. And I'm going to just sit here and grab a box of Kleenex and let one of them take over. Thank you so much, Jeff.
That's fine, Paula. And Paula, if you have red wine out, would you pour me a glass, please? Don't start crying. You'll turn me over. That'll be bad.
It's earlier in the day out here. I haven't hit the bottle yet.
Okay, all right. Steve, would you have any comments?
Have I ever not? No, Jeff, thanks so much. That's so meaningful. You know, when you put the names up, the first thought in my mind was, if I was going to win an award with two other people, my choice would be Paula and Leslie. So I just, you know, Paula, I echo what you said. I have, in the last few years, feel like I've been on just a knowledge journey, and every time I turn around or look in front of me, there's Paula and there's Leslie, and you guys, I love you both. You guys have challenged me. You've let me challenge you. I think we've done things together that none of us could have done together. So thank you for this, Jeff. It's so deeply appreciated. But in particular, Paula and Leslie, you guys are awesome.
Well, thanks for those comments, Steve. And so now let me turn to Leslie Sellers.
Thank you, Jeff. I was just floored that this came about, but the thing that makes it so unique for me is to receive it with these two other individuals. The work that we did in the last couple of years together, actually in the last 3 or 4 years, we were committee chairs together, and we developed a camaraderie and a thought of what we called and we described to the board as a super committee, where we would try to advance things with more people involved, and in my case, just the body of knowledge committee, because we strongly felt like that the small group of people shouldn't be making such big decisions, that we should be including others. So when Paul was chair of standards and Steve was chair of education, we developed this idea of a super committee, and we as a result developed a relationship of trust, and in the work that we've done in the last couple of years on a couple of other projects, I just am amazed that I'm actually in the room with these two guys. So thank you very much. And I appreciate Steve Wright's, Gary Wright's comments about you and the way you're doing your job this year under challenging circumstances.
Well, thank you so much, you three folks. And I just wish all of our members had a glimpse into what you've done for us. And really everyone that gets these awards, it's absolutely dedication to the profession. It's not anything about yourself. It's all about the Appraisal Institute and the appraisal profession. And Steve, I'm not too sure about your knowledge journey, whether that means you're going to be moving out of California into a yurt somewhere. It could be, but I hope you're doing that, with advance notice, so we can work on that for you. So
there's internet in the yurt. It's okay.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so this brings us to the Outstanding Service Award. The Outstanding Service Award is presented to an AI professional who has contributed ideas, service hours, and dedication to ensure a specific program or effort is implemented at either the chapter, region, national, and/or international levels. This AI professional must be instrumental to the success of the program or effort, which also must be far enough along to measure and provide proof of success. Additionally, the program or effort must be beneficial to chapters, regions, national, international, designated members, candidates, affiliates, practicing affiliates, and/or the profession. Our first Outstanding Service Award goes to Cesar Servando Cantu Martinez, MAI, SRA, AI-GRS. Cesar provided outstanding service to the Appraisal Institute during his time on the board of directors as an international member from 2016 through 2019. Also on the International Relations Committee, International Community Engagement Project Team known as INSEPT, LDAC participant and advisor for Candidate Advisor Resources. Cesar was the prime motivator in establishing the first generation of AI designated members in Mexico. Through his involvement in FECOVAL, he assisted the Appraisal Institute in hosting the meeting and administration of UPAV in 2008 and 9. He made it possible for AI to hold its first annual meeting outside the US in Cancun in 2008. Cesar is relentless in his efforts to bring the highest level of education from the Appraisal Institute to valuers in Mexico and all of Latin America. He is an unabashed supporter of the Appraisal Institute and represents all of the things which are the best of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Mr. Mustache, Cesar Servando Cantu Martinez, on his outstanding service. Cesar, would you care to say a few words?
Thank you very much, Jeff. This is a great honor for me to receive this award, and I will keep working for the Appraisal Institute. Is one of my goals, is one of my special things that I like to appraise properties and the livestock business. I have two main careers: livestock ranching and appraising, and I really appreciate this award that you are giving me right now, and I will be serving this organization for all the time that I member of the Appraisal Institute. Thank you very much, and thank you, everyone.
And thank you again, Cesar. We all know and love you. I mean, you are a great asset to your country and to the appraisal profession, and we really appreciate your work. So this brings us to the next Outstanding Service Award, which goes to James L. Henderson, SRA. Jim has been volunteering his time with the Appraisal Institute since 1999, when he began service in the Bakersfield chapter in California. He moved through the ranks of the chapter as secretary, vice president, and president, and then began working with Region 7. In 2009, he was elected to serve as a third director of Region 7, and when he completed his term as a member of the AI Board of Directors, he volunteered for the Audit Committee. Jim was chair of audit from 2014 to 2016. He currently serves on the ADQC committee, even though he retired from the profession several years ago. Jim, and he also is serving on our election process project team to help us with that. Or, I'm sorry, it's the audit evaluation project team. I'll get that straight here. Jim has demonstrated the highest of ethical standards. His character is unchallenged, and he has generously given of himself through years of Appraisal Institute leadership. Jim steered the board of directors and the audit committee with a firm and ethical hand. He currently serves as a full-time pastor of the Lakeland Church in Lakeland, Florida. Prior to accepting this calling in 2012, he also served as president of the University of Southern California Alumni Club of Bakersfield, Kern County, and was on the advisory council for the Bakersfield College Business Department. Jim's impact on the profession, and in particular the Appraisal Institute, has been tremendous. He has been an even-keeled leader, even in the face of some very challenging times. He is a quiet mentor who leads by example. He listens to all points of view and makes calm and rational decisions. Please join me in congratulating Jim for his outstanding commitment to the profession. Jim, we'd welcome you to say a few comments.
Jim was not able to join us tonight.
Okay, very well. Unfortunate. So let's move to the final recipient of the Outstanding Service Award, who is Charles R. Mills, MAISRA, AI-GRS. Charlie Mills exemplifies the expression service above self. he likely holds the record for being a member of the National Board of Directors for the Appraisal Institute during 6 separate stints. He also served on the Audit Committee 3 times over 7 years and is currently serving on the Finance Committee and as immediate past chair for Region 5. Charlie has served on the Board of Directors for the Southern Indiana Association of Realtors and on its redevelopment committee as well. He has an unmatched record of involvement and dedication to the Appraisal Institute. His influence has been felt throughout the organization for over 30 years. He's provided sound guidance and judgment. People who interact with him know that his word is his bond and that he can be relied upon to follow through with his promises. These things allow him to be an effective leader, and the appraisal profession is much stronger because of his work. It's appropriate to sum up Charlie in one word, and that word is respect. He is respected by his peers. His region has proven this by electing him time and again to the highest levels of service and responsibility. Please join me in congratulating Charlie Mills for his outstanding commitment to the profession. Charlie, please say a few words. Not sure if Charlie stayed on the line.
He's on, he's unmuted.
Okay. Charlie? All right. Looks like we're having a little trouble there. Ray?
Nope. You may have to unmute yourself, Charlie.
Well, it looks like Charlie might have a handkerchief out and he doesn't want to unmute his phone. So I am going to go ahead, if it's all right, unless Charlie, unless you're coming on right now. 3, 2, 1. All right, the show's got to move on. Sorry. So this brings us to the final award of the evening. Let's close out the night with our last award, the Lifetime Achievement Award. The Lifetime Achievement Award is presented to an AI professional who best demonstrates high ethical standards, contributed to the Appraisal Institute at the chapter, region, national, and/or international levels, and provided service to his or her community and contributed to the appraisal profession. A minimum of 20 years of service is recommended to be eligible for this award. And this award is largely considered to be the penultimate award that the Appraisal Institute is able to give. Tonight's award winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award needs no introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Sandra K, Adomatis, SRA. Yay, Sandy. Sandy has nearly single-handedly brought green residential valuation to the forefront of the appraisal profession. Sandy has authored and developed courses and seminars for residential and commercial appraisals through the Appraisal Institute's Valuation of Sustainable Buildings Professional Development Program. She helped develop the AI's Residential Green and Energy Efficient Addendum and the Appraisal Institute's Commercial Green and Energy Efficient Addendum. She developed, wrote, and instructs our educational offerings on related topics, and she's the author of Residential Green Valuation Tools, a book published by the Appraisal Institute. Her honors include the Dr. William N. Kennard Award, or William N. Kennard Jr. Award, and the Armstrong Kahn Awards from the AI-RRS as well as the Appraisal Institute's President's Award and Outstanding Service Award. Sandy has opened a niche for residential appraisers in the Green Registry by her relentless pursuit of sharing knowledge in the classroom. By so doing, she has enabled Green Registry participants to have a competitive advantage. In addition, home builders, realtors, buyers and sellers, and lenders all know that these special features will be valued appropriately. Sandy has elevated the profile of the entire valuation profession by her unrelenting and dedication and passion. I will sum up Sandy in one short phrase, which if you know her, you will know that this fits. Sandy is a force of nature. Sandy, congratulations, and I would welcome you to say a few words.
Jeff, it will only be a few words. I am really touched, and I thank you very much. And that's all I can say. Thank you.
Yeah, Sandy, and I don't know quite how to say this, but I'll try anyway. We're all mourning the passing of your husband in the last month or so, and all of our thoughts and prayers have been with you. And you've still been jumping right up and getting back to work. You're amazing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. So at this point, we've completed all of the awards, and it concludes tonight's program. Thank you for all of you who joined the special ceremony. The people we celebrated tonight are the folks who helped make this organization what it is. The Appraisal Institute wouldn't be able to serve as the leader of the profession without leaders like these individuals. Please join me in congratulating tonight's winners one more time. Thank you and good night.